All right, we're back. Time to feel the attraction down here at the lounge. You know how it is. It's Monday Night Football Madness, and we have special guests on Halloween Trick or Treat. It's the poet Tommy Bottoms.
We back.
We are again. Let's get it rolling. So this being a poet is not something you wanted to do as a child. What was the official thing that said, okay, this is what's for me? I found my career. What inspired you the most?
Well, I don't know that it found my career, but it said, let me try this out. I did a show at Indiana University, and actually it was a poetry slam competition, and I showed up, and a brother by the name of Mums, who played a character named Poetry on this HBO show called Oz. He was the host of the show. Excuse me, long story short, I did very well. That was the first time, that was the biggest crowd I performed in front of. It was maybe, I don't know, maybe 200 students, 100 students. It looked like a lot at the time. But the point is, after it was over, I didn't even win, I got second place, but it didn't really matter. After it was over, Mums was signing autographs, because he was, on this popular HBO TV show. He was signing autographs and everything, and all these students were asking me to sign their book bags and their notebooks and stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what to sign. I'm just signing my name. I don't even put no message or nothing with it. I'm just, because I don't know. I'm like, and I got about 25 kids around me asking me to sign stuff.
First such a thing.
So I was like, you know what? Yeah. And then what Jay-Z say, that's the most dangerous drug in the man. And I've been hooked, been chasing that high since.
Okay.
Don't do that, kids.
So where would you say you at now in your career?
Career poetry is my first love. Really, what I'm trying to branch off into more of a political realm. As far as like being more of a pundit, a columnist, writer type of thing. Like I said, I'm a syndicated columnist right now. One of my last articles actually got picked up by the Washington Post. And like we're starting this talk radio series actually next Monday. TommyBottomsReport.com. Check us out live. Yeah.
Okay, so have you published any books or any? I know you do news for yourself.
Actually, I'm in the process of writing a book. I do a blog right now called Beautiful Lie, Ugly Truth, which is
Beautiful Lie, Ugly Truth,
which I will be turning into a book shortly.
Okay. Sounds interesting. All right. So what would you say about your HBO hit that you have on?
The HBO thing?
Yes.
It was cool. And I appreciate the opportunity, but that was so long ago. But I don't know.
Hey, you still,
it was cool. It opened a lot of doors for me. Sent me around the country, around the world, type of thing. But it's still mostly my own hustle, like you hustle. But it's mostly my own hustle. Well, all of us, not just my hustle. Yeah. If you're a poet, it's HBO is a great platform, but if you don't have any hustle behind it, it doesn't really mean anything. I know more people who are on HBO who aren't doing anything than only a few of us who really are going hard at it.
In this market, in anything, like I know in the music industry, excuse me, any entertainment industry, you have to be a self-motivator, because you can be put on TV and not have a dime right now.
Well, the thing with poetry, the difference with poetry is that a lot of people, because poetry is kind of a broad thing, and so everybody kind of thinks they have a poem in them. Yeah. So you had a lot of people who did poetry who weren't necessarily in the entrepreneurial aspect of poetry. Like, I'm an accountant, but I got a poem and I got on HBO. Yeah. I'm gonna go back and be an accountant. What I mean? That kind of thing. It's not. But if you look at Def Comedy Jam, for example, those are all comedians looking to be comedians. Yeah. You know what I mean? They weren't saying, they might have had a day job, but the thing they were trying to do was comedy. With poetry, it's not that black and white.
Yeah. How do you feel people embrace poets these days?
It depends on the circle. we could still consider some weirdos depending on where you're at. And then, but it's also embraced in a lot more areas than it was 3 years ago, 4 years, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I mean, I've seen it become more popular over the last, 8 or 9 years. But you still go out and, you walk up to your average club in Atlanta talking about you a poet and think you some weirdo, you know what I mean? So it's still there.
Yeah. And then I know some people who love it. It's got their own culture. Who inspired you the most? Like, what artists you look up to? What poets you look up to and say,
Probably my two, as far as my contemporaries, would probably be a brother named Saul Williams and Black Ice. They were Black Ice is out of Philly. He was the first poet I saw on HBO that I felt like, oh, we kind of have the same little thing going on. And I kind of looked at him like, okay, I can do this. Saul Williams is another. He was the first person that I saw doing it, and I was amazed. If anybody's ever seen the movie Slam, there's a scene in the movie Slam. I don't even remember how I saw the movie Slam. I wasn't even in the poetry at the time. I don't even know how. I can't even remember how I came across the movie. But there was a scene in Slam where he's in jail, and because he's kind of the weird guy a little bit, they start to come at him in the yard. And he starts spitting. These guys are like mesmerized, but they're confused. Like, I don't know if I want to fight this guy or should I listen to him, or you know what I mean. And I thought that was so dope that he didn't have to fight these people to get him up off of him. He just started spitting some slick stuff, and they was like, I don't know what that was, but we gonna leave you alone. And that was that moment in that movie stuck with me, and then, I don't know how long later, I kind of actually humbled upon a poetry spot. And here I am, doing an interview with you.
Oh, sure, there's a lot more to it than that. Don't let them trick you. That's the trick. But we'll just top it up with Tommy Bottoms. We'll be right back with you shortly. All right. Welcome. This is your girl, Jess. We're just chopping up with poet Tommy Bottoms down here at Suburban Lounge, feeling the attraction. Tommy.
Hello again.
All right, so we know about your career. We know about how you got started. And you got your publications in the newspaper. But we don't know Tommy. So tell us a little bit of personal information about yourself.
I am Joe Everybody.
Joe Everybody.
I am Joe Everybody. I've been to college. I'm from Indiana.
What school you rep?
I went to Ball State University.
Ball State.
I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. But I come from blue collar background. You know what I mean, and that's those values instilled in me. People who know me, I'm much more beer and whiskey than wine. You know what I'm saying? I don't do a lot of wine. I'm a beer and whiskey guy. You know what I mean? I come from a family of railroads. You know what I'm saying? So I have that kind of background. I'm very. Some people might take me as a little rough around the edges. That's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? I can understand that. But like I said, I am Joe Everybody. There's nothing mystical about me, nothing, sometimes people get to know me and and they be like, oh, you're not who I thought you were. They have because some with poetry, they kind of romanticize who you would be, and I'm like, nah, I'm probably that guy you hated that your mother told you not to date. No, I'm a good guy.
And the family? How's the family?
My family is good. I come from a very tight-knit family. We stay in contact. My cousin he's a professional graphic designer. He just hooked up my logo and my banner. He's hooked up a few things for me, but he just recently hooked up my banner for the show. We're starting on Monday, November 7th on Tommy Bottoms Report Live, TommyBottomsReport.com. Click on Listen Live. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. He'll put the banner absolutely free. But he does all kind of free stuff for it. Because my family, we grew up all his first cousins, but we all like brothers, though.
Okay. And because I'm sure it's not free, you got to throw something in the, you know, the words for advertising.
He does. If he works for a corporate company, so I always shout him out.
Shout him out.
But his name's Tolan Gamble. If you're in Indianapolis, he does great. You know, all kind of. If you need business cards or anything, flyers.
There you have
Get at me and I'll get him at you. But he does good work. If he does good work.
There you have it. Okay, on the regular, where can we find you performing? I know you're in Atlanta a lot. I know you'll be back here a lot. So where can we find you performing?
You can find Georgia.
Hey.
You can find me here at Suburban Lounge.
Just the attraction.
Attraction. Come on out. I will be here. If you come here, I am here.